This tutorial is about Chapter 1's Dreamweaver Workspace. On pages 4 through 6, they discuss about the different areas of Dreamweaver's workspace. And I would like to go over that in a general format so that you will be more comfortable working with Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver can be a little tricky to work with if you're not sure where things are located, and it's much easier to create web pages if you know where the commands are. The first thing that I would like to talk about at the very top is the pull down menus. Dreamweaver has the File menu, Edit, View, Insert, etc. all the way across, just like a lot of programs do. Everything that you can do in Dreamweaver you can do through these pull down menus. Also on the right hand side are three buttons. The first one's called the Layout button. If you click on the down arrow, you'll see Code, Split Code, Design, and Code and Design. These four commands can also be done by clicking over here on Code, Split, and Design. Or underneath View, you can see Code, Split Code, Design, and Code and Design. So that button is just another way of doing the different layouts. The next button is Extend Dreamweaver, which we're not going to use in this course. And the next is Site, which is you can create a new site or manage existing sites. You can do the same thing with this button as you can under the Site menu, where it says New Site and Manage Sites. Or down here in this area in the lower right hand corner under the Files menu, you will also have access to site management. The last button here is called a View, so to speak, also button. Right now it says Designer. If I click on it, I can go to different layouts, so to speak. I can go to Coder Layout, where I see the XHTML code screen, and then the file area over here on the left. Whereas when I click on the down arrow and go back to Designer, you'll notice that the file menu area is over on the right. If I click on the down arrow, you can also go back to Dreamweaver CS3 by clicking on Classic. And Classic's layout is just a little different. You'll see that the panels are still on the right, but over here you get the common, or what's called the Insert menu. Common is the first one. If we go back to Designer View, you'll see that the Insert or the Common menus are over here on the right. I'll talk more about those in another tutorial. Next you'll see the file name, index.html. If it hasn't been saved yet, it'll be called untitled.html. The asterisk next to the name means that the file has been modified and it has not yet been saved. Down here you'll see three buttons, Code, Split, and Design. And I'll talk about those in a little bit in another tutorial. Then you'll see what's called the document window. This area right in here is how you design your web page. The bar at the bottom is called the tag selector. You'll notice that you see two tags down here, body and div. You can actually click on these if you want to select those areas. Next you'll also see select, hand tool, zoom tool, which the zoom tool will allow you to zoom in or out on your screen. The bottom area is called the Properties panel, and you can see that you can do various things. It will depend upon what you have selected up here or what you're pointing to. Right now we're in the text area, so you can see that we can change something to H1, headings 1 through 6. We can add a style if there is any. We can put a link on, highlight something and attach a link. We can create bullets, things like that. But if I click up here on the image, then you'll see that the property area is indicative of that image. So it depends upon what you're clicking at or on, what the property area will show. Over on the right hand side is where you'll see panels. Right now you see the insert panel, the CSS styles and AP elements panel. Then you'll see the files and assets panel down on the bottom. I will talk more about those in another tutorial also. So become familiar with the Dreamweaver Workspace. It really is helpful when you need to know where things are located. This concludes the tutorial on the Dreamweaver Workspace.